So for everyone who is tuned in, I just want to say thank you so much. This video here at my home. Let's see here. All right. Just here waiting. Alrighty, so let's see if she joins us this time. Who else do we have here? Hello to everybody. Hello for everyone who listens. Just bear with us. This is actually my first live interview. But she'll be on here shortly when it's still early. Okay, hello. Yeah. Hey, Stacy. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Jasmine. We're just waiting for you. I know we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, but we will be on here shortly. Let's see. I'm sending you a request so that you can come on live with me. So just go ahead and accept it. And let me see. Hi, Lauren from the UK. How are you? Thank you for joining us. Yes, I know. Hi, there we are. Hi, Jasmine. How are you? Can you hear me? Oh, hold on for just a moment. Okay. How about now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, Jasmine? Still? Okay, Jasmine, can you hear me now? Yeah, but the volume is not working. Okay. Alrighty. Here we go.
Okay. Then I can hear.
Okay. Oh, you can hear me now? Okay, good.
Yeah.
How are you, Jasmine?
I'm good. I'm great, actually. How are you?
Good and you. Welcome to PageantryNOW.
Thank you.
Sorry, I know it's lagging a little bit. Yeah, well, first, I just want to say congratulations on your new title.
Thank you.
Let's see here. Who do we have here? Hi. We have a couple of people here on live, and they just want to say hello to you.
Well, hi.
Can you hear me?
Can you say that again?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Well, first, I just want to say congratulations on your new title as Miss Supreme America.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm excited.
So, tell me, is this your first title?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
And how do you feel?
At first, I was overwhelmed, but in a good way. But now it's all settling in, and I'm just very excited to go ahead and start the process so we can get ready for when we go to the Philippines. So I feel great.
That's right. So you're going to be competing at Miss Millennial International. You're the first USA representative?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me, what does it feel like? Tell me how you're preparing for that.
It's a lot of pressure, but not in a bad way. Right now, we're doing a lot of charity work. We're about to start doing charity work with assisted living and doing ice cream socials. We're just trying to get out there and like let everybody know what we're doing, who we are, just to prepare for the Philippines, so that way when we are there, they know who we are. But other than that, like to get ready for the pageant, I've been we've been working on my walk. We've been working on different ways to present myself, just stuff like that.
Oh, wow. That must be so exciting.
It is. I like it.
So tell me about some of the charity work. Are you working with a certain platform, or tell us about that?
Our platform is domestic violence against women, and my job is I want to empower women I want to let women be empowered and tell them that it is okay to get out whatever situation they are in, because women can do anything they put their mind to do. So for us to have that platform, now they can see like, okay, well, I'm not the only one. Some charities we're going to do is we're going to go to women's shelters and volunteer there. We're going to go to the Children's Hospital here in Nashville. Another one we have going on right before we go to the Philippines for the pageant, we're going to Thailand and feeding the children there, going to their schools and helping out there. The other one, the ice cream social at the assisted living facility here in Nashville, we plan on doing that sometime soon. But there's much more.
Okay. Wow. And now tell me, by the way, I love your crown. Your crown is absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
So tell me, so tell us about Miss Millennial International, because I know it's a slightly new pageant system and not too many people know about it. So can you tell us more about it and what it's about?
This is actually my first time hearing about it too, so I'm still learning about it a lot. I don't know too much about it. I just know that this year it is based in the Philippines. That's all really I know for now. I just know right now the platform of the United States is Miss Supreme, the United States, and then the one for Tennessee too. I don't really know too much about the millennial one.
Well, tell us about the platform for Miss Supreme America.
Oh, it's the domestic violence against women. It's the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we have a few other people here joined here. If anybody wants to ask questions to Jasmine, she's welcome to. So, Jasmine, tell us a little bit about your background. Where are you from originally? So we can get to know you a little bit more.
I was born in Clarksville, Tennessee. I grew up in Nashville, Tennessee. Lived in Maryland for a little bit, but originally just really grew up in Nashville, Tennessee. Right now I'm in college. I go to the University of Tennessee. I'm a nursing or pre-nursing major. I like helping people, so the job I have right now is at assisted living facility in Nashville. In high school, I was into performing arts, so I did theater arts, I did choir. I like to learn foreign languages, so I'm minoring in Spanish in college. I took about 2 years in high school, so I'm about to pick that back up in college this upcoming semester. Very excited about that. I love to learn about the Spanish culture and their language. But that's really it.
So, ¿hablas un poquito de español?
Un poquito.
That's great. Well, we have one question already here. Let me see here. One of the questions that we got right now is from Stacy, our other host. She's saying, what are your plans for your title?
I plan on doing a lot of charity work because I do like helping out and I do like going. I've been to it was a homeless shelter in Nashville. I went there 2 times actually and fed to the homeless. It's a men's shelter. And we went there early in the morning and fed them breakfast and then we cleaned up and then left. But with the title, I plan on doing more work like that, more work towards women, just because our platform is domestic abuse against women. But yeah, I really want to do a lot of charity work. I'm hoping to do a lot of things with kids because I do love kids. I plan on with me trying to be a nurse. I plan on being a pediatrician or working in pediatrics. But yeah.
Okay, we have another question here, and this is coming from Kay Sims. She is the reigning Miss Elite Earth United States. You just recently won. And her question is, even though you've mentioned it already, but platform, and what is your platform and what have you done towards it?
For right now, we have just been trying to get all the charities together and what we want to do to volunteer. We haven't started just yet because it's just so new. So right now we're just trying to get everything together, get everything scheduled. for when we do go to the Philippines, but right now we're just focusing on charity. We actually just talked to my directors earlier today and about setting dates, so I have to go and we'll contact the assisted living facility, because I think that's the first one we'll do is ice cream social. What was that? What else did she say? I can't read.
Okay, no, the other question is, it's coming from Stacy.
Okay.
She's our other host, but she's she's logged in a different account. She said, Jasmine, what made you get involved in pageantry?
I've always liked performing, and one of the directors, I didn't know him personally. I knew the Tennessee one, I knew him, and he came up to me and asked me would I like to do pageants, and I talked to my family about it, and then we just started from there. Me and my sister, actually, when we were younger, we used to watch pageants on TV, and she would walk in the living room like she was doing a pageant, so it was kind of funny that all kind of came together. But really just watching them on TV kind of made me want to do pageants.
Okay. Let's see if we have any more questions. And, oh, by the way, I had to make a quick title correction. It was Elite Miss Earth USA. I know I said United States earlier, but they just recently changed the title, so they're here LOLing about it. But hopefully, but in the meantime, while we're waiting for other questions, I have a question for you. Have you ever been to the Philippines?
I have not.
Or is this your first time?
This will be my first time out of the country, period.
Wow, really?
Yes, I'm so excited, though.
But have you traveled? Have you traveled in the past?
I've traveled within the United States, just not outside of the United States.
Oh wow, that must be so exciting.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
And let me ask you, what are you looking forward to as far as when you go to the Philippines?
I'm looking forward to actually meeting new people. I love interacting with different kinds of people, and then knowing what's in their country, just knowing their background and their culture. So excited about that.
Yeah, I know the Philippines, they have a very strong culture, and I know that they're very, very, very competitive when it comes to pageantry. I mean, even more than in the USA, so that's something to look forward to. Let's see, we have a couple of people on here. Hi, Jen. Let's see. Oh, I think we have your director, Aaron, Miss Grand Tennessee. I believe that's him. So, hi.
Hi, Aaron.
Okay, so let me ask you another question. What would you recommend to young girls that want to get into pageantry, being that you are a title holder yourself?
I would really say just be yourself, because anybody can choose out who's not being yourself, who's being fake. But being yourself and having a good personality is really it. It's not all about beauty, it's also about brain. So just say what you believe in, and that will get you far.
Okay. Oh, yeah, they said Philippines is a whole new pageant world, which is so true.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. This is a question that I've been hearing a lot. Some people think negatively about pageantry.
Mm-hmm.
What message would you give across those people who feel that way?
Pageantry is just not about people looking good. It's not about beauty. It's also about raising girls self-conscious. I know people that were shy before they entered pageantry, and now that they're in it or did it, they're a whole new person. They're more outgoing than what they were. So it brings girls out of their comfort zone. It brings them out of their bubble, and I think that's really cool and awesome.
Okay, here's another question. It says, Jasmine, what do you think is the biggest challenge representing the United States?
I know that other countries, they do have a negative view on the United States, but the United States as a whole is not a horrible place. And me having to represent the United States, I'm just hoping to show these other countries when I do compete what the United States is actually about within the United States, not just how we present ourselves.
Okay. Yeah, because I know lately with the press and everything, for some reason in other countries, the United States is not exactly looked at.
Yeah.
Even though we are getting by, there's still a lot of positive things to say about the U.S. And I mean, I'm sure that these are questions you're going to get once you get to the Philippines, because you're going to go to an international level pageant. Now, let me ask you this: aside from pageants and aside from traveling to the Philippines, if you were not a title holder right now, what is one of the bucket lists that you have as far as traveling to another country? Like, what would you like to go if you had the choice to go?
I want to go to somewhere in Europe. I know that. My school, when I was in high school, they actually do a Europe trip about every 2 years. I really want to sign up for that. But somewhere in Europe. I want to go to France for sure one day. But within that, probably visiting different museums. I like to go look at art. Me and my mom, when I was younger, we used to go to downtown Nashville and do the little art crawls. Of course, I went for the snacks when I was younger, but looking at the paintings, they were all beautiful. So going to museums and in different countries and seeing those art would be wonderful.
Well, I'm going to ask you another question also. I have never been to Tennessee. So if I were to travel to Tennessee, what places would you recommend that I go to? What are the spots that you feel that I should go, that I should not leave Tennessee without seeing?
I know that at the Grand Ole Opry, I've been there a couple times. It's really beautiful in there. It's not just like another hotel. Another part, I definitely like walking downtown. It's just not just going into different buildings, but actually just walking around and seeing all the sights. I like to eat food, and so I'm thinking like other food places. There's this one place, and it's like this really small place. It's actually in Laverne, Tennessee, and it's called it's just Jamaican place. The name's not coming to my head, but it's really good there. I love it there. But different food places. I'm trying to think of different food places in Nashville.
Like, what would be your recommendation? What would be your top recommendation
for food places?
Yeah.
There's in Nashville. I don't know exactly where, but there's this taco place called Taco Mas, and I really like that. That's probably my favorite go-to place.
Okay, I have another question. This is coming from Elite Miss Earth USA again. Okay, her question is, what is your biggest accomplishment, and what would you consider is your biggest failure?
My biggest accomplishment, in high school, I wrote this play with these other girls. It was like a 10-minute play, and it was about the national sit-ins and how that affect. It was like the size of college students and their journey of how they prepare for the sit-ins and different parts. We include different parts of the United States, like North Carolina, and really showed how these students prepared for it and like the things they went through. And we took that to the Tennessee history competition, and the first, or the county level, we got second place. The state level, we got first place, and we were actually going to compete with it at DC, but we weren't able to. But I think that was my biggest accomplishment, just because I got to learn a lot about Black history, and I really enjoyed that. My biggest failure, see, I try not to look at things as failure, because you can always learn from stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I really couldn't tell you my biggest failure. I think about when I think about that, I start thinking about like grades in school and how I didn't like when I don't get the grade that I wanted. But I really could not tell you my biggest failure.
So you're trying to keep it positive, which is good.
Really, I really try to keep everything positive. I try to look at everything with a positive outlook. That way it won't let me down, because you do need to better yourself with everything that happens with you. Yeah.
Okay, you also mentioned that you're studying right now nursing. Tell me why you chose nursing. Tell us why you chose nursing as your career.
I was always the one that wanted to take care of the kids in my family, and so there was always a child being born, not every year, but almost every year, and I was always the one that like, oh, let me burp them, let me feed them, let me change them. So it's just kind of in my blood. I'm a very nurturing person, and so I care for kids a lot. And so when I was thinking about majors, that's the first one that popped in my head. And from then, I can't let it go. Like, that's what my heart is set on.
Okay. You know what? I really want to take one good look at that crown. That crown is stunning to die for. I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, and you're wearing it very well, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we have a couple of other people who just joined in. We're just hoping that we'd have some more questions. We got a lot of hearts. We got a lot of different color hearts. So much love to everyone that's currently on here right now and showing us some love here. So definitely, what's the next step for you right now? What are you going to plan to do from now to the time that you're going to go to Miss Millennial?
I leave for school actually in a week. I leave next week for school, so I'll be going back to Chattanooga. I've been talking to my directors, and they've been very cooperative, and they say school first, so they want me to get a good education. So we will all be coordinating and what I need to do. We'll also, they talk about coming down there so that way we can still do stuff for the pageant to get ready for the pageant. But right now, we are focused on school with the pageant. Not on the side, but right there.
Now, let me ask you a question also, because I know this is the exciting. That day that the directors decided to choose you to represent Miss Supreme America, what went through your mind? Like, were you expecting that? Or was it a surprise?
Yeah, I was not expecting it. I wanted to cry, but then I was like, should I cry? But then I was also happy, so I didn't know what to do. I was just kind of in shock. I was speechless. Didn't know which emotion to show. But
you never thought that in a million years you would be in this place right now representing a national title.
I did not. I didn't think I would win a title or be appointed a title to represent a state or even a country.
That must be exciting.
It is exciting. It was overwhelming at first, but it's all settling in, and I'm very excited. I can't wait till November, and I can't wait to do everything that comes with the title.